All right, so I had to take down a video from yesterday for copyright. I guess there might have been some music in that video. I got to be careful about these things. Who knows whether I'll get sued or not. But I did want to get you some Russian television footage. I'm going to start with probably the best video I found today. This is boy, look at this Russian tank. And I want to watch the automatic loading. That was the thing that I took from this video. It's only 57 seconds long. And by the way, the other reason I took down the video yesterday was the sound. I didn't have my microphone on. I didn't even know it. I mean, it sounded okay, but it's much better with the microphone. Well, let's get the tank. Check this thing out. Now, that tank turret is very interesting, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of bizarre looking when you think about, tanks in the past. Now watch the loading capacity on this thing. Holy shit. So he's just moving along. Okay. Boom. I think it should show the loading of the shell here in just a second. There it is. There it is. That's the thing I found most interesting about the video. It was right there. Look at that. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, these new Russian tanks are amazing, aren't they? Holy moly. Fire and move, fire and move. Look at that tank turret. I just think it's weird looking. It looks like something out of a science fiction movie. All right, so then the next brief video, this is the Russian Tornado S system. I thought this was pretty cool. All right, it's only 57 seconds, so hold on. Man, can you imagine? Suppose you were a militia and you wanted to go up against something like this, It's one thing to think that you're going to take a little gun and shoot at stuff and fight something like that. Now, the last thing I wanted to get to was the numbers of what the Russians are reporting. I'm just going to fast forward. I'll play a little bit of this. This is the daily. Well, I shouldn't say daily. A lot of times I have a hard time finding these numbers, but this is what's being recorded out of Russian television.
The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation. In the Kupiansk direction, the attacks launched by ground attack and army aviation, as well as the artillery of the Zapad group of forces, have resulted in the neutralization of the manpower and military equipment of the Ukrainian units from the 103rd Territorial Defense Brigade and the 14th Mechanized Brigade near Granikovka, Tabaevka, Berestovoye of Kharkov region, and Novosolovskoye of Lugansk People's Republic. Up to 30
I'll just play the whole thing.
3 pickups,
it's 4 minutes.
Manufactured and
you might as well see it all.
Systems have been eliminated. In the Krasny Liman direction, the attacks launched by operational tactical and army aviation, the artillery and heavy flamethrower systems from the Center group of forces have neutralized the units from the 116th Territorial Defense Brigade, the 92nd Mechanized, the 81st Air Mobile and the 95th Airborne Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine near Raigorodok, Yampolovka of Donetsk People's Republic, Stelmachovka, Chervonaya Dibrova of Lugansk People's Republic, and Serebranskoye Forestry. Over 110 Ukrainian personnel, 3 armored fighting vehicles, 1 Guatemala RES, 2 D-20 howitzers, as well as 1 ordnance depot near Podliman of Kharkov region have been destroyed. In the Donetsk direction, the offensive operations conducted by the Yug group of forces, as well as the attacks launched by aviation and artillery, have resulted in the elimination of up to 90 Ukrainian personnel, 2 armored fighting vehicles, 6 motor vehicles, 1 US-made M109 Paladin artillery system, and 1 US-made AN-TPQ-50 counter-battery warfare radar. 4 Ukrainian ordnance depots have been destroyed near Slavyansk, Avdiivka, and Malinovka of Donetsk People's Republic. In the South Donetsk direction, the attacks launched by Operational Tactical Aviation and the artillery of the Vostok Group of Forces have resulted in the neutralization of the manpower and military equipment of the Ukrainian units from the 35th Marine Brigade, the 1st Tank and the 72nd Mechanized Brigades near Vodinoye and Ugledar of Donetsk People's Republic. Over 85 personnel, 1 tank, 3 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 motor vehicles, 1 Stabby howitzer, 1 Gvozdika self-propelled artillery system, as well as 2 howitzers have been eliminated. 1 Ukrainian ordnance depot has been destroyed near Ugledar of Donetsk People's
You know what I found interesting in this is how many ammo depots they're reporting in this. Pay attention to that.
3 large caliber machine guns of the Ukrainian armed forces. 4 Ukrainian ordnance depots have been neutralized near Nikolaevka and Chernobyevka of Kherson region. Operational tactical and dummy aviation, missile troops and artillery of the armed forces of the Russian Federation have neutralized 83 artillery units at their firing positions, manpower and military equipment in 116 areas. Fighter aircraft of the Russian Aerospace Forces has shot down 1 MiG-29 of the Ukrainian Air Force near Novopavlovka of Donetsk People's Republic. Russian air defense facilities have shot down 1 Su-25 airplane of the Ukrainian Air Force near Kherson. Moreover, 11 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as 13 rocket-propelled projectiles launched by US-manufactured HIMARS and LRS, have been destroyed near Tavalzhanka.
Yeah, those are US contractors getting killed, mercenaries.
Кременная, Краснореченская, Коломичиха, Червона Поповka, Naugalnaya of Lugansk People's Republic, Vodinoye of Zaporozhye region, and Knyazy Grigorovka of Kherson region. In total, 384 airplanes, 206 helicopters.
All right, so I'm going to pause here and just finish it off for you, because it is kind of hard to. I know the translator; he's doing a good job, but I think you might understand me a little bit better. So we've got 384 airplanes, 206 helicopters. As of 9 February 2023, 3,057 unmanned aerial vehicles. 403 air defense missile systems, 7,798 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,012 multiple rocket launchers, 4,034 field artillery cannons and mortars, and 8,302 special military mortar vehicles. So, you know, if you follow my videos at all, I mean, think about this. Great Britain, if you wanted to take probably 1/100th of these numbers, they would be out of munitions. This is how well we armed Ukraine in the last 8 years since 2014. These are just staggering numbers. Now, I mean, of course, you could say, "Oh, it's Russia. We don't believe Russia. Russia's the evil Putin. He's the evil dude. You know." Ukraine. No, they're the wonderful people fighting for their freedom. Yeah. We're going to get into that in this video real quick, and let me just get there's the boo dog. I got him one more day. You won't see him again in the video for a while. The wife is taking him back tomorrow. See if I can get a little better angle on him. Let's see, right there. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about the lack of sophistication for these videos. Well, let's go around the horn. Your daily dose of doom and gloom, as the Canadian prepper always says. I tell you, I love that guy. All right, so let's get into things. I'm going to put the blue dog in my lap. So anyway, yesterday I was showing a chemical attack that took place and in the horror of it. And I got to thinking about it, and I thought, you know, I don't want to torture you with how I'm tortured. You don't need to see people dying like that. And I guess the music in the video was copyrighted, and so I just don't need that type of grief. So I took that video down. Now YouTube didn't tell me I had to, but I just felt like, you know, I don't want to get into that, and I'm not even sure showing Russian television that I'm not violating some sort of copyright, but at the same time, we've got, 27 sanctions on Russia. I don't think anything I show out of Russia is something that I need to worry about legally here in the United States. Maybe someday, if we ever have good relations with Russia again. Let's just go around the horn. Italy, well, Giorgia Meloni, I mean, if you haven't followed her, I tell you what, she is one firebrand out of Italy. God knows. Listening to her speak brings chills down my spine. I mean, my goodness, this woman is something else. And she has now become the single most popular leader in Europe. And she's standing against a lot of what the globalist and the European Union wants. And then their battle cry is God, family, and country. I wish that was our battle cry here in the United States, but certainly not under the Biden administration. I don't think they believe in God, family, or country. So anyway, we now know, if you haven't been following along, and that was what my video was about last night, because I thought I was right on top of the story, but it's everybody's reporting on it now, that the United States blew up the Nord Stream. That's an act of war. Joe Biden committed an act of war without the authorization of the U.S. Congress. That's a violation of the U.S. Constitution. Where is the Pentagon on this? Where's Milley? Where's Austin? Where are these traitors, these Pentagon leaders? Where are the leaders of our military? They're going to stand by and let Joe Biden and the Democrat warmongering party commit acts of war without congressional approval? I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense to me. I've got no skin in the game other than I just hope I don't burn in a global nuclear thermal explosion. And I can't believe that Russia has not launched and just destroyed the United States at this point. But their restraint is quite astounding to me. You might want to pay attention. There are all indications that Credit Suisse, that's the second largest bank in Switzerland, looks like they're going down. And that's the first domino. If you remember back during 2008, you had Bear Stearns, they went down, and then of course the Lehman Brothers came in, and other banks would have gone down if the U.S. government had stepped in and given all our taxpayer money to the banks to bail them out for their stupidity. Well, they've gone down the same road again, and when Credit Suisse goes, that's going to be the first domino. So this time it's going to be different. It's not going to be your taxpayer money bailing out the banks. It's going to be your money in the bank bailing the banks back in so that they can stay in business. So I hope you have dispersed your money accordingly amongst various credit unions and have been buying precious metals as I've been encouraging you to. We'll get into that here in a minute. By the way, these are interesting. If you ever watch black and white sports on YouTube, I like that channel. But I tell you what, they've gone more and more because we don't know. We don't know at this point because we can't say anything on YouTube about this. But 31-year-old Lily Kimball, Georgia Bulldogs tennis legend, she died suddenly today. Wonder why? What do you think? Why don't you put a comment below? Why would you think she died? I can't imagine. Can't say anything on YouTube about that. Maybe go over to Rumble. High school basketball player Carteria Woods died suddenly. Wow. Wonder why. Wonder why. We can't say anything about that on YouTube as what we think the cause might be. Who knows? Who knows? Buffalo Bills owner Kim Pagola had a cardiac arrest. Wonder why. I tell you, I got to scratch my head on these. Let's see. We can't say anything on YouTube. On a personal note, this is just something you might want to think about. SD Bullion right now has a special on Philharmonics, and I'm going to get more into this story here in just a minute. It's $238 over spot price, which is a hell of a good price. You might want to look into that. I can't, like I said, I can't afford to buy any, but I was just seeing that and I was like, damn, it's a better price than what I paid in the last couple of months. And the reason why, and I wanted to get into this was a very interesting story. It came out of Gold Silver Pros on their channel on YouTube. If you ever want to learn about precious metals, he's a lot smarter than I am. But he pointed out that the Ion firm, which manages a lot of the data that we look at for precious metal pricing, they got hacked. Nobody reported on it. Of course, the mainstream media, they're not going to report on this. So we really have no idea. We're running on both thrusters, and we have no idea what the actual price of precious metals are at this point, because nobody has the data. so I'm telling you, it's a really good time. I mean, silver could be worth $50 more an ounce for all we know. I mean, so there's no way to get any data on what the price of precious metals is at this point, because they're under ransomware, and that whole situation, they're working on resolving it. And he's a cybersecurity guy. I am too, and it just amazes me how these companies are just unbelievably stupid. I don't know I guess they just hire woke, based on your skin color, or not on your intelligence or your background. I mean, I guess they just bring people in just to check a box or something. I mean, these people are incredibly stupid. Now, I did want to point this out because I did have to take the video down yesterday. So there are a lot of Telegram. If you want to get on Telegram, I highly encourage you to go there. It's a good platform. There are videos out of Ukrainian Nazis executing Russian prisoners, and they're posting these and they're boasting about it, and horrible to watch. Well, I don't encourage you to watch it, but I just want you to understand, what the Russians are facing in Ukraine. Everybody wants, Ukraine, they're all wonderful. There's also videos of Ukraine, as I posted yesterday, but I had to take it down, using chemical weapons against the Russian soldiers. That's a violation, you would think. And the thing that bothers me about this most of all is that we have U.S. mercenaries in Ukraine, and we have the U.S. military supporting Ukraine. And so all of our military personnel, they're complicit in these war crimes. You are obligated under the Constitution to fight against war crimes of any sort in the U.S. military, and these people are complicit in this. They need to go to jail. We need to start throwing people in the U.S. military in jail, but that's just my opinion. I don't know if you saw, the UK Parliament went nuts on the war criminal, in my opinion, Zelensky. They held him up, and all of them shook his hand. It was just like when he visited the U.S. Congress. Oh my God! I wonder if these people are ever going to look back on how stupid they were to be doing what they're doing. Of course, Britain's going to send warplanes to Ukraine. Well, what warplanes have they got? I mean, their military couldn't fight Russia for one day. Oh my God, they're so pitiful. The other one, since we found out that the U.S. blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, definitively today. Yesterday it was speculative. Where are the German people in all of this? I would think that they would be on the streets just protesting their government that's complicit in the fact that the pipe stream, because they're all suffering right now. Their economy's going into a recession. All of their cheap fuel that they were getting from Russia is gone because of the United States. Basically, the United States committed an act of war against Germany. Do you understand that? Not also against Russia, but also against Germany. This is our ally. We damaged them tremendously economically. And the warmongering Democrats, they love it, man. I tell you, holy moly. I can't imagine why the Germans are sitting there and supporting the United States. Why would you support the United States when your economy's going into ruin? You had cheap gas coming from Russia, and the United States blew it up. That's an act of terrorism against your country, Germany. Where are you people? What are you thinking? Holy shit. All right, so let's continue down the list. Day's doom and gloom. So Elon Musk, he saw the videos of the chemical weapons being used, and the reason I want to explain this to you is is because his Starlink network was being used to pilot those drones over Russian soldiers to kill them with these chemical weapons. So he's limiting the use of the Starlink network to the Ukrainians because of their war crimes. So that's what you get when you commit war crimes. Now, I don't know if you're following around. This is pretty much the end of the video today. Disney's going to lay off, well, I guess they shouldn't have pissed off Governor DeSanctimonious here in Florida, but they're going to lay off 7,000 people. Other corporations all around the U.S. are announcing layoffs. But yet, if you listen to Bidenopolis, the Biden administration, we're doing great. The economy is booming and jobs are being created everywhere. But all I'm seeing is layoffs, layoffs, layoffs. So get ready for hard times, people. Get ready for hard times. And there's also been food shortages being reported around the world. I hope you stocked up. I've been promoting Mountain House stuff. I thought it was a good deal. So that's it for today's video. I'm sorry, I'm kind of a downer today. I got my massage. I tell you what, if you haven't ever had a massage, the massage therapy because of my broken neck, I need it. Good to live in the free state of Florida under the great leadership of Governor Sanctimonious.